Today's video is a Charlotte Tilbury brand review. I'm super excited about it. I've got about, I'd say 25-ish products laid out in front of me. I'm going to try to cover them all in this video. Some are hits, some are misses, some I think are absolute must-have products. I've bought a lot of her products over the past few years. I've been sent quite a few. Some of them I love, some of them just have not quite worked out for me. So if you want to see my thoughts on all the products that I've tried from a brand I just cannot seem to quit, just keep watching. First off, welcome back if you are a returning viewer. If you're new here with me, welcome, and I do hope that you hit that subscribe button and become part of the family and be here with me on a regular basis. I have skincare as well as makeup here in front of me, and I'm going to go in no particular order. I'm not doing the hits in one section and the misses in another. I'm just going through. All of my makeup today is Charlotte Tilbury. I'll show you the applications where it's applicable and we can get started. The first product I'm going to talk about is the Magic Foundation, which I discovered probably about a month ago. So if you've been with my channel, you know I really love this product. It is a surprise hit for me. It is on my face today, and this has turned out to be one of my favorite natural looking foundations for my over 40 combination oily, sensitive, acne-prone skin. That's a lot of stuff going on, and I absolutely love this foundation. I always thought it was only for dry skin, but it turns out it's not. This is a great any occasion foundation. It gives you that natural look that's a step above looking like skin. This has kind of replaced Estee Lauder Double Wear Light for me because they reformulated it, and the new formulation just isn't quite working for me, but this works really well. This next product falls in the must-have category for many of us, including myself. It's the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I have the shade Fair, and you can see how much I've used it. I have already bought a backup of this, so I don't have to be without it for one single day. My skin is light to medium. I use Fair because I like it to look translucent on my skin. I'm not sure if the next shade would actually change the color of my makeup or not. I just really like how this works as a translucent powder. This works for various skin types. It's a cult favorite for a reason. It is extremely smooth. It sets makeup. You can use it as a finishing powder or a touch-up powder. It works well both on the face and under the eyes. Not only is this one of the best powders I've ever used underneath my eyes, and I do have dry under eyes with texture despite my skin being oily, is that it never looks cakey. No matter how much you apply, this powder just somehow miraculously does not cake up. It does not provide coverage though. So if you're looking for a powder with coverage, this is not going to be your powder. This is mostly a setting powder, a smoothing powder, a finishing powder, touch-up powder, that kind of thing. I would definitely say this is a must-have product. So this beautiful jar of face cream would look gorgeous on any vanity or any bathroom counter. This is Charlotte's Magic Cream. It's supposed to have this secret formula in it that a lot of supermodels use. This does feel and smell extremely luxurious. There is a scent to it, so if you're scent averse, this is not going to be for you. I think in order to use this during the day, you do need to have normal or dry skin or reserve it for nighttime. I have used quite a bit of this, and I used it only at night, and I do like it. I feel like it does my skin well. But the price tag is $100. There are other creams that I have and I use and I keep in my rotation that work just as well for my skin, and I don't have to spend $100. Is it magic? I'm not sure about that. I do think it's a very nice, very luxurious cream. If you have the extra money to spend, you may want to try it, but if you don't, I think there are other creams that you could get for your money. These are her Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blushers. They do resemble a boob, but the effect that they give is really, really nice. This one is First Love, which as you can tell is brand new, and there's a reason for that. This one is called Ecstasy. This is what I have on my face today. It seems like every time I have this particular shade on, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or over here, you guys desperately want to know what shade of blush I have on. So you're meant to take this outer ring and swish it onto the majority of your cheek, up your cheekbone, and then take this center circle and pop it on above your cheekbone wherever you want that pop of color. Or you can swirl both shades together and get a really lovely effect. They have a super refined shimmer to them, but I can barely even see it. You're not going to get a lot of shimmer from these blushes, which is nice. You get more of a youthful glow. This other one, First Love, is one of my favorite neutral blushes ever. If you follow me on Instagram, my First Love shattered to the ground. I promptly ordered a new one that night because I really didn't want to be without this shade. For me, this blush formula is a hit. It's a must-have. I'm so glad that I finally tried these blushes. This is a product that I waited a long time to try because how different can a blush really be, right? There's a few formulas that have really stood out to me, and this is one of them because it does glide on so easily. It never looks patchy. It's super smooth. It just gives such a lovely effect on the face. It lasts all day. I really just have nothing but good things to say about her blush formula. This is the Beach Stick, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about this product. The shade that I have is called Formentera. This product was a miss for me. I feel like it does give me that bronzy glow to the skin. It's a great summertime shade, but I feel like the product itself leaves kind of a sticky feeling to the skin. I feel this product on my skin, which when you have oily combination skin, you just don't want to add another feeling of oiliness to the skin. It may be better for drier skin. It looked pretty, I just didn't like the way it felt. And I'm already pretty picky about my liquid and cream formulas. And I've found other stick products, creams, liquids that I like better that don't leave a tacky feeling on my face. If you have not tried her lip cheats, this is Iconic Nude, this is Pillow Talk, you are missing out. I also didn't try these for a long time because I kept thinking, how different can a lip liner really be from any other lip liner? And I should have known that answer because there's some lip liners that I like the shade of, but they're a little dry and they drag on the lips, so I don't ever reach for them. So there are differences in formulas of lip liners, of course. Her shades are really natural, even if they might be a little bit dramatic. It's a creamy and smooth formula. It doesn't drag. It somehow fills in the lip lines a little bit. I don't know how because it doesn't feel thick on the lips. And I love lining and filling in my lips with it because I do feel like it helps my lip colors stay on longer throughout the day. I love these products. I have backups of both of these in a drawer waiting for me. If you are new to Charlotte Tilbury, if you've never tried her brand before, I think this next product is a great starter product for anyone to try. It's her Filmstar Bronze and Glow. This is her bronzer and highlight product. It's pretty much iconic. It's just easy and beautiful for every day. So the bronzer does have a tiny bit of refined luminosity, but it's not going to give you a bunch of glitter or anything like that. And I find that the shade is pretty neutral. So it's not going to give you that overly orangey or red look to your face. It just looks like a beautiful bronzy glow without being shimmery. And I have found that I can get away with using it as a contour. Now, if you have a deeper skin tone, I don't think this is the one that you want to use. I would definitely go for the deeper one. And as for the highlight, you can go as sheer and subtle or as dramatic as you want. It's very customizable depending on what you want out of a highlight. This is a great star product from her line. As for her concealer products, she has the Retoucher and the new Magic Away concealer. I have both. I've used both. I like both for different reasons. I feel like I'm being a bit redundant. This has grown to become one of my favorite concealers ever. I have dry, textured under eyes. It gives great coverage, but it moves with your under eyes too. It doesn't dry them out or make them look more crinkly than they already are. It's a great concealer for every day because it doesn't ever look heavy or cakey. I can use it under my eyes, I can use it on my face, and I do love that it gives really great coverage, but it never looks unnatural. It's super easy to use. The one thing I don't like about it is the applicator. It's really messy and it sits kind of close to the lid when you close it, so it gets all over the lid. That's the one thing I would change about this product, but it does not take away from the performance of the product itself. The Retoucher is a product that when I first tried it, I didn't really like it, and then I tried it again later on and I ended up really liking it. I was expecting a lot more coverage out of it. I think this is for more medium coverage, so I definitely use a corrector underneath. I use a corrector underneath all of my concealers to counteract the discoloration that I have, but this works really well for natural looking coverage when you just don't need a lot of coverage, and there are people out there that don't have severe discoloration, and the Retoucher would be beautiful for that. I love the way this performs underneath my eyes. It's very hydrating. It's got a pen applicator as opposed to the sponge, which I prefer. It gives more coverage than the YSL Touche Clot, yet it still looks extremely natural. It's a great everyday concealer. I wouldn't necessarily wear it on a special occasion where you need a little more coverage, and it is really great to retouch up your makeup. I had never used it in that that manner before, and one day I just felt like I looked a little dry and cakey and was kind of splotchy with whatever concealer I had on, and I touched up with this and it worked beautifully and it wasn't cakey. So this is a nice multi-use product. The Light Wonder foundation, in contrast to the Magic foundation, was not a hit for me. This was a big miss for me. This is a very dewy, very sheer foundation. I don't have a problem with the sheer part, it's the dewy part. It did not work well on my combination oily skin at all. I think this would be really nice if you have dry or normal dry skin. I could see it being beautiful on different skin types other than mine. It just did not work for me at all. I do love the packaging though, which leads me to the next two products. I have two of her primer slash skincare infusion products here, the Wonder Glow and the Brightening Youth Glow. I never could really differentiate why I would use this new one over the Wonder Glow that I already really enjoyed. So I played around with the Youth Glow and kind of decided that it really wasn't for me. I'll go into the Wonder Glow in a second. The Youth Glow is supposed to be an anti-aging, color correcting glow booster that you can wear on its own or you can put on with makeup underneath your foundation and use it as a primer. I didn't really get the color correcting properties it's supposed to give. It did give me a glow and it does have some nice anti-aging ingredients. Both of these are supposed to be kind of skincare and primer hybrid products. The ingredient list is kind of long and alcohol is the 7th ingredient. So when you're talking about anti-aging, I'm just not sure about that. Already knew I liked the Wonder Glow. I like it a lot, as a matter of fact. It's kind of hard when you get oily in your T-zone to find a luminous or a glowy primer that actually works for you to hold your foundation on but still give you that glow without having you look like a grease ball at some point during the day. This one actually does that for me. It's a nice subtle glow that still performs the way it should as a primer, and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything extra on my skin. So out of the two, for my particular skin type, this one was a hit, this one was a miss. A lot of people love Charlotte's Genius Magic Powder. I feel like this has kind of a scent to it that I don't really like when I first go to apply it. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it hits me and I don't really like it. I feel like this is geared more towards normal or dry skin. It does have a glow to it. I have to be kind of careful when I apply it because if I go too heavy-handed, it can give me too much glow. It is nice under the eyes, but for me, I prefer the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder because it's just a little more foolproof. It's quicker, it travels better, doesn't have a smell. I feel like a ton of people really enjoy this product. So take that for what you will. This was just not one that totally blew me away. You hear conflicting points of views, I guess with every makeup product, but I feel like particularly on Charlotte's quads. Some people really don't like them because they feel like they don't have enough color payoff, they're too subtle. But to me, that's the beauty of her eyeshadow quads and her eyeshadow in general and her face palettes as well, which I'm going to cover in a little bit. This is the Golden Goddess palette. I have it on my eyes today along with the outer ring of the Ecstasy blush. I like to do that in my transition sometimes. I feel like the beauty of her eyeshadow quads is that they're super easy to wear and get a beautiful effect. They're meant to enhance the beauty of your eyes, not to cover them up. So if you're wanting something that has just a ton of pigment that you really have to go in with a light hand and be careful that you don't build up too much color, this is not going to be for you. This is for people who kind of like to be a little more subtle or who like to build up to get to where they want to be. I like her concept. I like how she likes to enhance the natural beauty, and I like these quads. I think they're smooth, I think they're blendable, I think they look pretty on the eye, and I'll just go ahead and go into the face palettes. I have 4 of her Instant Look in a palettes here. Seductive Beauty, Beauty Glow, Smoky Eye Beauty, and Natural Beauty. If you want quality product and convenience, maybe something for travel or something that you can just reach for and have everything that you need right there for a quick makeup application, this is a great product, and that's why I have 4. You have your bronzer, your Swish and Pop cheek color shades, a highlight, which you can use on your cheeks or your eyes. I also use this bronzer all the time in my transition and on my lower lash line. And then of course you have your 3 eyeshadow shades. I have other videos going more into depth on these palettes, but just to give you an overall view, do I love them? Yes. Are they a hit for me? Yes. I think they're worth the money for me because I love the convenience. I love what you get in each one. The quality is great and they've been super convenient for me for travel. So for me, they're not a necessity, but they're certainly a hit. I have 2 of her brow products here. I'm not sure if she has more. I just know that I have 2. I have the Brow Lift and the Legendary Brows. I like the Brow Lift in that it's got 3 parts to it, basically. You have your triangular shaped pencil, which is meant to be convenient. Then you have the sponge shader tip to use to highlight the brow, and then you have your spoolie. I do like the way these perform, but what I found about them is that similarly to most triangular tip pencils that I've ever used, it gets dull or rounded at the ends, and I just can't get a precise brow look like I want. So I do tend to reach for a more narrow brow pencil or one that's like a thin rectangular shape. So for me, this is not a must-have. It wasn't necessarily a miss because it's not awful. It does fine if I just want something quick and a little less defined, but more times than not, I'll reach for something that I can get a little bit more of a precise look with. The Legendary Brows is a pretty nice product. It's got a teeny tiny wand, which is something that I look for in a brow gel. They do have a clear version as well. It holds my brows nicely. It does make them look more filled in. I kind of tilt it sometimes to fill in brow hairs or make it look that way anyway. The brush doesn't get overloaded with product. Sometimes it happens with brow gel, brow fibers, and this doesn't do that. So I've really enjoyed this product. This is one that I do reach for pretty often. I have 3 shades of her Eyes to Mesmerize. I love this product. I actually have 2 of these on my eyes right now. I have Marie Antoinette dabbed on the center of my lid, almost to the inner corner, but then I took Jean from the inner corner and just kind of blended it into the Marie Antoinette. These are so pretty. They have kind of a moussey formula. It's just different than any other formula I've tried before. They blend onto the eye easily. You have a moment to work with them before they set, and then they wear nicely throughout the day. Now, one thing with these is that I do have to prime and set my eyelid just like I would if I was going in with powder shadow with these, because if I wear them over a naked lid, they will crease on me. But if I prep my lids properly, they wear like iron all day long. Her Magic Eye Rescue looks like a mini version of the Magic Cream for the face. It is, again, a very luxurious skincare product. I don't notice a scent, so that's nice, especially if you have sensitive eyes like I do. My eyes tend to water. This didn't make my eyes water. It's thick, but not so thick that it gave me little bumps underneath my eyes. It is very hydrating. I could wear it at night. I could wear it underneath my makeup, and it performed really nicely. I don't know if it did anything magical underneath my eyes, but it did make my under eyes look and feel really nice. Are there other eye creams that can do that? Yes, there are. So it's really just if you want to splurge on an eye cream, if you feel like it fits in your budget, this is a nice one. I think earlier I said that I was a little bit particular about cheek products and face products if they were in liquid or stick or cream form. This is one, the Hollywood Beauty Light Wand Easy Highlighter, that I love. I think I've talked about this maybe once. It may have been in a favorites video. It's got this sponge tip applicator. You can dot it on and then pat it out with a finger or a sponge or a brush or whatever you want to. But I find that just like with her Bronze and Glow, the highlighter in that product, that this can be subtle, it can be built up, but it looks really natural. I love the packaging. I love the consistency. It's light. It doesn't leave a tackiness to the face. If you're someone who's kind of hesitant or you just don't really normally like liquid cheek or face products, but you like the way they look on the face, I think you might like this product. I love the way her Full Fat Lashes mascara looks on my eyes. I have it on today. I do not like the way it wears. After about 6 hours, I start getting little flakes underneath my eyes. I don't know why this happens to me with this mascara. I feel like so many people talk about how much they love this mascara and how it wears so well for them, but for some reason, for me, this flakes, and I wish it didn't because it does look so pretty on the lashes. It separates, it gives fullness and length. It just basically does what I want a mascara to do, except for flake. If you have been with my channel for a little while or even a short while, I think we all knew how this video was going to end. and that's with her lipsticks. You probably think I'm going to say I absolutely love every single formula that she has, because I do love her lipsticks, but I do have a preference. She has 3 formulas. She has her Kissing formula, her Matte Revolution formula, and her Hot Lips formula. I prefer the Kissing formula. All of her formulas are nice. Even her Matte Revolution formula, I don't typically like matte lipsticks, but I like that formula because it doesn't feel all dry on the lips. You know, you just feel a little bit special when you pull one of these lipsticks out to put it on your lips. It's just so beautiful. It's kind of an experience in a way. It sounds silly, but when you have one, you just know what it feels like. Even when you twist the bullet up and down, it glides up and down. It feels nice. It should feel nice. These are really nice lipsticks. I have a harder time differentiating between the Matte Revolution and the Hot Lips lipsticks because they both give you a long-lasting kind of matte but not too matte finish. It's the Kissing formula that I am in love with. That's the one that's just a creamier finish. But if you like a matte finish that's not drying, I think you'll like one of the other 2 formulas as well. I'm going to try and put swatches somewhere, probably on Instagram or on my blog or somewhere. I'll have that link down below for you too. But I do love her lipsticks. Obviously, they are a star performer of the entire Charlotte Tilbury brand. It's one of the products that she's known for, and she just does really well. I think a lot of her shades are extremely wearable, even if they're bright or dramatic, and I think that's unique. I hope you enjoyed this Charlotte Tilbury brand review. Let us know what Charlotte Tilbury products you've tried, which ones have been hits and misses for you. I can't wait to read your comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.